Hey, oh no. Ah, I didn't check that one. There we go. There we go. No. uh, uh, uh. There we go. We'll take it. What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? The secret's revealed. The gig is up. I'm not on a spaceship. I thank you for hanging in for a second. I realized that my keyboard wasn't connected. I tried to do something fancy. I tried to connect my keyboard through my USB hub. So I click a button and everything switches over to my PC. I click a button and everything switches over to my Mac. And so past Leon had set it up so that my main keyboard is just always on the Mac. And over the weekend, I was like, wait a minute, what if I just like do this thing where I connect my keyboard to the hub and like then everything will switch over. But I didn't realize that I'm streaming from my PC, but capturing my Mac. So my keyboard didn't work. So I had to go underneath my hot mess of a desk and fix it on up. So thank you for bearing with me for a second there. It's good to see y'all. What? Level 5 hype train out the gate. So excited to see you all. What's going on, everybody? What's up, Memphis? What's indifferent Rams? What's going on, everybody? Let's go. It is a lovely Microsoft sponsored stream. Super excited to get into it today. We had a lot of people in here before we even went live. How do we get a level 5 hype train? We are not even live yet. That's amazing. Thank you, everybody. Hold on. I just want to make sure I say, oh, what? There's so many people here. Pogger10, thank you for the 1 month. Lauren B, thank you for the 9 months. OCC, thank you for the 9 months. Tam Sauce, thank you for the 5 months. Thank you for being here. Bobby Lynn, thank you for the gifted sub. Indifferent with the 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for being here, everyone. Thank you, Indifferent. I really appreciate the 5 gifted subs. Good to see you. Also, shout out to Dab for the photo of y'all. I was really jealous. Y'all, some of y'all are starting to meet up in real life, and I'm getting jealous of it. Y'all send me these photos, and I'm like, wish it was me. But good to see y'all. Flopsy, thank you for the 4 months. Wilson F baby, thank you for the 8 months. Whew. Hey, Reggie, thank you for the 9 months. 9 months, let's go. I agree, Reggie. Thank you so much. BB Tone, thank you for the 100 bits. OCC, thank you for the gifted sub. Hey, Reggie, thank you for the 3 gifted subs. That's wild. Thank you so much. Secret Ply, thank you for the 100 bits. Spaghetti About It, thank you for the 9 months. We back. I agree. Robodom, thank you for the 3 months saying he's totally on a spaceship. Shh, don't tell anybody. On had one, thank you for the 100 bits. Gorski, thank you for the 4 months of spending Bezos's bucks. I appreciate it. Sheenan, thank you for the 100 bits. OCC, thank you for the 300 bits. On had one, thank you for the 7 months. This is wild. Hold on, I can't even get through it all. Wolfgang, thank you for the 9 months. Woo, I agree. Sam, thank you for the resub. 7 months. And Surat, thank you for the gift sub. I saw it too. Imran, thank you for the 9 months. Rufio, thank you for the 7 months. Great to be back in class. I agree. Adil, thank you for the 8 months. Zabby, thank you for the gifted sub. And Bugaboo, thank you for the 10 months. What? How do we have 10? Triple OG. Hey, hype, what up, fam? I met with Davs back in April. Good people. So this meet has been going longer than I even knew. And Orasi, thank you for the 300 bits. I got through it all. That's wild, folks. XD, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I really appreciate that. Wow, thank you. I appreciate the love. Jazzy said, what's the topic tonight? Well, the topic tonight is that this is a Microsoft sponsored stream. And what that means is we're splashing out. We got swag. we got laptops, we got all the goodness we're going to get into, but we're talking about the Azure Cognitive Services, which is a really easy way to start adding AI and some other really cool machine learning stuff to your applications. So if you know basic JavaScript, by the end of tonight, you're going to be able to build some next level applications, like things that would not have been possible just a few years ago, right? I'm going to show you them. They're going to blow your mind. And then I'm going to give you the template that you can use to connect to all of these services so that you can start building amazing applications. This will be the fastest way to build really cool portfolio pieces that you've ever seen. So tonight we're going to have three projects that we're working on, and then we're coming back another day to finish another larger project and to really dig into what's happening underneath the hood. But tonight's about fun. It's about building some funny apps that use these services and then giving you all templates so that you can build to your heart's content. As I was working on these, my wife just kept coming into the room because I was laughing. I was just laughing loud. Like I was just laughing like ludicrous laughs because as I was using these tools, I was just building some really fun stuff. And I was just giggling. I was literally giggling the whole time I was building these. So I'm really excited to show them to you tonight. We're going to get into it. We're going to explain the whole day. We got to agree to some things before we get started. And then we're going to have some fun building these lovely, lovely apps. So I'm excited you're all here. Let's get into it. Does ketchup belong on hot dogs? Yes. I'm a mustard fan myself, though. I'll put mustard on anything. I see some of y'all know the Silicon Valley meme, so we'll get into that in a second. But welcome, everyone. Glad you're all here. It's been exciting to see you all jump in, and we're going to get into it. We're going to have some fun. We're going to build some cool stuff. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to jump right into the slides here. I'm going to chill the music, and we're going to talk through kind of the rest of the day. All right. So once again, we're starting to build out some amazing portfolio pieces using these Azure Cognitive Services. This is a sponsored Microsoft stream. Thank you again for coming through. We're going to talk a little bit about 100 devs. Slide link doesn't work. These new slides are weird. Hold on one second. Let me update it here for you folks. Not sure why they're doing it differently. We tried this before and it's so I'll put the live link here in slides, and I'll share the non-live link when we take a break. I don't know why they're doing it like this. Cool. There we go. So that the slide link should be updated now with the live version. If you want the unlive, I'll share it during our first break. Relish is where it's at. All right. Tonight we're talking about some 100 dev stuff. We're giving a big thanks to Microsoft for coming back and continually supporting our community. It is absolutely wild that you all keep coming back. I really appreciate it. We're going to talk through what are Microsoft's cognitive services, which are these like set of tools that are going to enable you to build some really wonderful things. We're going to talk about how to get things set up. We're going to talk through like what's actually happening when we're using these tools. We're going to build 3 portfolio pieces, and then you're going to have some homework to build as well. This is 404ing. Hold on. Let me go back to Big League for a second. And let me see if I can get it going. Oh, public. Maybe that's why. Let me go ahead and present. Share link. QB4. I think it should be going now. Let me see. Yeah. All right. I think it was set to private. Should be good. All right. Works now. Thank you. Let me go back to. Alrighty. And so tonight, just about building, having some fun with it, seeing the services firsthand. And then we are going to have another follow-up class where we dig deeper, really kind of break down the pieces that are going on. And so let's have some fun. Let's get through some of this code and look at some really cool apps. All right. I always like to start off with questions. If you're new around these parts, welcome. We've been running a 30-week software engineering bootcamp, taking you from the basics all the way up to being able to build some really wonderful apps. So if you're new, welcome. We always like to start off with some questions. And so I'll answer the questions. How are you going? I'm going well. I think I needed a little bit of a break last week. I got it. I feel refreshed. And like I said, I always really just enjoy when I get to just code. And building these apps was just a lot of fun. And they're so simple. You're going to see how simple they are that can do some really wonderful things. And so this to me is kind of like opening up a whole new world for you. Just like your brain is just going to run wild with all the things that you can build after tonight's stream. And so that's what I'm excited for. I'm excited for y'all to sit down and be like, wait a minute, I can do this and that, and let your minds just run. And the other really big portion is that I want your minds to be able to run, but also build some of those premium apps that we've been talking about as well. You look refreshed. Hey, I'm glad. Gotta keep it good. All I want to do is hot dog. Hey, all right. Let's keep it going. Any other questions before we get into it? All right. Rudy with the 7 months. Hey, I appreciate it. So tonight, since we're doing the Microsoft stream, you're going to notice that our alerts are a little bit different. Sorry, Microsoft. What was happening was, since our alerts are Pokemon, their editor, I'm so sorry, editor, that if you're watching this now, I apologize. Their editor was having to blur out the alerts every single time it happened, because this class eventually goes on to Microsoft's, like, their actual YouTube account, and so I apologize. I didn't think of it, but they were literally having to blur it every single time it came up so they didn't get any questionable trouble. So we changed them to our own stuff for tonight. And of course, because we're doing the stream, chat won't be live on the main screen. But can we just get like a wall of emotes just for Microsoft's editor, just to say thank you for doing all of that for us? Because that was a lot of hard work. I'm gonna put some bobs in chat here. Boom. I like the bob with the glasses. All right, there we go. That's for you, editor extraordinaire. Thank you for doing all that hard work, and sorry for making it more difficult for you. But yeah, so we changed them to our own for tonight. And look at all those emotes. That's wild. Cool. So since we are doing a sponsored stream, we do have a code of conduct. It's the same kind of code of conduct that we stick to throughout all of our normal classes and all of our normal streams. If you would like to read through the code of conduct, you can do !GitHub COC, and that'll take you to the Microsoft Virtual Events code of conduct. So we're all adhering to that. Be excellent to one another. That's what we're shooting for. But you'll notice that the alerts and the chat is off for tonight. Gabby, hey, thank you for the 7 months. Woo woo, I agree. And Sky83, thank you for the 300 bits. All right, so tonight, who is this for? We saw a couple new folks in chat. Tonight, if you know a little bit of basic JS and you know a little bit of Node, you're in the target demographic. Chat is off. So it's not chat is off. Chat is off on like this screen here. So like normally how we have chat there, like that won't work tonight. Just so that when they're redoing the video for YouTube, it's not there. I didn't change that one. No, sorry, editor. Jack, thank you for the raid. Hope you had a good night so far. Hope the stream went well. Oh, I forgot about that one. Now we're going to get the most raids we've ever gotten. That's hilarious. Jack, hey, thank you. Raiders, welcome. We're just getting started. We're actually talking about our stream tonight. Our stream is all about using Microsoft's cognitive services to build amazing applications. And so if you know a little bit of JavaScript and you know a little bit of Node, you're in a really good place to build some really fun apps and some pretty cool pieces for your portfolio. So welcome. All right. We all agreed to the community guidelines. Our community is great. We don't have too much trouble with that. And as always, when Microsoft shows up, we splash out. All right. So tonight we have swag. We have 12 different swag raffles that are going out, and we have up to 3 laptops that we're giving out as well. So hold on, let me check the Twitter right now. The Twitters. All right. Just looking at the Twitters here. So right now we are at 145. So we're at 145. For every 100 retweets and likes, we're going to give out another laptop. So right now we're at 145. We normally hit like a little bit around 200. So hopefully 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 laptops if we hit the 300. So if you would like to boost the numbers here so we can give out more laptops this evening, you can always do !check in. If you're here from 100 devs, I always ask that you check in, and this will count as your check-in for the evening. If you're doing mega month, you should be checking in, and if you want to graduate, you should be checking in. So make sure you check in, and for every 100 we hit, we'll do another laptop raffle, and we're giving away the sweet Surface Laptop Go. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, look at it. Keeps you up all day, 13 hours of battery life. Whew. Oh, it's beautiful. Look at the aesthetic. Look at the aesthetic. You could be outside on a chair. You could be on your bed. Who wears sneakers on the bed? What? No way. Chat. 1, if you put sneakers on bed. 2, if no. I want to see y'all. 1, if you put sneakers on the bed. 2, if you don't. Oh, there's a. I mean, it's mostly 2s, but there are some 1s being thrown around. Difference is I wear boots on bed if I'm too lazy to take them off. No, I'm taking notes. I'm writing all this down. All y'all 1s, I got you. I see you. I'm writing it down. Blue Cat says only my bed sneakers. Oh, Block, can you help me ban all the 1s, please? All the 1s, please. Just let's go through. We'll do. No, I'm just joking. So some of you might actually have house sneakers. That'd be cool. I have house slippers. I don't have house sneakers though. Green said my nephew is here and he confirms 100% about the laptop. Thanks. So we last Microsoft stream we raffled off a laptop and Green won it, and they gave it to their nephew who needed a new laptop for school. So it's beautiful, it's crispy, and it could be yours. Right now, we're definitely raffling off 1, but if we hit the next milestone, we'll be raffling off 2. And if we hit the stretch milestone, we'll raffle off 3. So we definitely have 1 going out tonight. Hopefully, we hit the check-in goal and we get to 2. All right. And we'll even do it, since this is a 2-day event. If we don't hit it like tonight, like a lot of times people do it after stream too. So we'll do the second if we have to next stream. All right. So we're getting all the goodness tonight. I actually don't know if Microsoft keeps these in the videos that go to YouTube, but since there is a chance right? There's a chance that this might get put onto Microsoft's YouTube channel. We 100 devs got to shoot our shot, right? We got to take our chance to throw it out there. So we have been running a free software engineering bootcamp for the past few months. We're coming. The OGs have been here for 9-10 months, right? It's 2 days a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we typically do an office hours on Sunday, right? And so 2 days a week, completely free. You'll never pay a dime. You can come learn how to code. We see all these amazing people here in chat. We have all of them here, plus up to 3,000 plus more on our Discord. So you can always do ! Discord here in chat. If you're interested in learning to code, you have found your people. And there's a special window open right now. There is a window where you can have a high paid, happy career with no degree, and you can learn it for free, and you can do it all here. And so I want to shoot my shot to say, if you're looking to learn how to code, maybe you click through onto this stream from Twitch, welcome. We want to help you learn how to code. We have the best community to learn code live here on Twitch. You have myself that streams every Tuesday and Thursday. You have the Dab Gang that's streaming a lot of times with wonderful tips on how to learn. We have OCC, who's also on the stream team now, doing amazing streams, working through their code, and you can see it live. And so if you're looking to learn code live, you found your home. Go ahead and hit ! Discord. Now, the beautiful thing is, if you're looking to learn how to code, there's a few things I want you to know. I'll be quick, but I'm going to shoot my shot. All right. Indifferent said, as someone who went to a boot camp can confirm, best community. Hey, I'll take it. If you're trying to learn how to code, the reason why most folks aren't successful is because of this trough of sorrow. It is a very difficult, long journey, but you can make it to the other side. And I've taught thousands of people to learn how to code. I've helped hundreds of people get jobs as software engineers. And it really comes down to just a few things for the folks that are able to make it through this trough of sorrow. And it comes down to these three things: managing your frustration, being consistent, and taking care of yourself. These things are very hard, but if you can figure them out, you will be successful. Adults, as we're trying to learn, it's not that we lose the ability to learn. It's just that we're in full control of our lives. And so we get frustrated when things don't go our way. And when you're learning to code, things will not go your way every single day. Bobby Lynn, hey, thank you for the other gifted sub. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Oh, we had some other bits too. Izzy, thank you for the 100 bits. Winter, thank you for the 300 bits. Thank you so much. All right. So right now, if you've been a part of the 100 Just Bootcamp, frustration should be at a very, very all-time high for you. And the reason why it should be at an all-time high for you is because we're getting into a point where your time isn't super structured. It's on you to put time into your 100 hours project. It's on you to put time into your premium apps. It's on you to put time into your hit list, right? And so as you're trying to do all of that, life's just going to keep hitting you, right? And so figuring out how to manage that frustration, especially when you're in the wiggles of false hope, right? That's a really difficult process, right? And so the only thing that I can offer to you to make you through that, to help better manage that frustration and to make it through those wiggles, is to be consistent. Even if we don't have class, even if we're going to do a remo class, or even if we're going to do something that's not a direct, you're here to learn class, you need to be consistent with your time, keeping your time scheduled, making sure that you're doing daily practice, because we know the benefits of spaced repetition. So bringing some consistency into your life, which I know is hard, especially if you're managing vacations and things like that throughout the summer, but finding some sort of consistency is going to get you through those wiggles of sorrow, those wiggles of false hope, I mean. And then the last thing is take care of yourself. I took Thursday off. I needed it. I needed to take care of myself, and I did. Paid off wonderfully. Doing much, much better. Do the same thing for yourself. Make sure that you're watching your burnout. Make sure you're taking care of not only your mental well-being, but your physical well-being, right? Make sure you're getting your stretches in, make sure you're taking your breaks. All of these things will help you get through those wiggles. Don't grind it out. Don't not sleep, right? Make sure you're taking care of yourself. All right. Like I said, I'm shooting my shot. This is the only advice. If you ever get one thing from me, it's I want you to know this, and then don't let your dreams be dreams, and that there are 2 study habits that you might not have ever used that will really help you on your software engineering journey. I promise I'm going to shoot my shot, and then we'll get into the meat and potatoes tonight. But the idea here is that there are 2 bits of technology. Ooh, Memphis, thank you for the hydration. I have, just because I don't want to be drinking on a sponsored stream, it's not beer, it's cold brew. So I am drinking a cold brew. Thank you. Cheers to you, Memphis. All right. So, two techniques that are going to help you learn how to code. One, active recall. Whenever you learn something, say it out loud to yourself. Review the things that you just learned. The reason why this is important, you can watch Ali Abdal's video on it, is that there were 2 groups of individuals. Well, we have multiple groups of individuals, but the 2 that matter was there was one group of individuals that read a biology textbook chapter and then a week later had to take a test on it. And then there was a group that read it 4 times and then took a test on it a week later. And then there was a group that read it once, actively recalled, and then took that test a week later as well. The group that read the chapter once, then out loud said the things that they learned, right, did better than the group that read it 4 times. Could you imagine doing a quarter of the work and getting better results? Active recall. So you can watch that link here by Ali Abdal. Watch their video on active recall. The other thing is that as you're going through learning how to code, you're going to forget so much stuff. Here's an example of a forgetting curve. This was a study of one, but it's been replicated other places, where the idea is that within 20 minutes, you've probably forgotten about 40% of what you learned. By the end of the month, there's like an 80% chance. So what a lot of people do is they come out the gate hot. They're ready. They're interested. They want to learn how to code. But by the 2 or 3 months in, they're realizing that they're having to go back constantly to the things that they learned because they weren't resetting their forgetting curve. They weren't using some sort of tool to help them remember things. And so once again, I recommend watching a wonderful video by Ali Abdal on spaced repetition. It's the idea that you can bring up the things that you want to keep in your brain, and as you bring them up, it resets that curve to eventually where you don't have to bring it up anymore. You just know it, right? And so please, if you're interested in learning to code, employ active recall. When you're done learning something, actively say out loud the things that you just learned, right? Get yourself a Bulbasaur. Talk to the Bulbasaur so you're not talking to yourself. And then use some sort of active recall, some sort of spaced repetition tool. A tool like Anki, which is completely free to use, which can help you retain the information that you work so hard to learn. Cool. Crumb Hustler, hey, thank you for the 8 months at tier 3. Whoa, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Whew, tier 3, wow. Alrighty. So, with that being said, let me finish up my spiel here. In case you're new, you're watching this somewhere else that's not part of our community. My job is to get folks jobs. My most recent cohort for my day job graduated. We had a 94% placement rate with an average starting salary of $92,000. This community, we are now up to 14 people with jobs. That's right, folks. Between now and last class, we added 2 more jobs. I don't have their full permission to share yet. I just got like the beautiful email and a beautiful Discord message explaining the jobs that they got. I'm setting up a time to talk to them so that I can share. So hopefully next class I'll have their permission to share out. The stories from these 2 jobs are amazing. Just amazing. Like the perfect example of what somebody from this community can do and how they can change their lives. So once I get a chance to talk to them through it and I get to figure out what I can and can't share, I'll share it again. I'll shout them out like I do. But we added 2 more folks, and they are super deserving of it. And I'm really excited to bring their stories to you. But yeah, so we went from 12 to 14 in less than a week. And our students have brought in over $70,000 in paid clients. And that's just what they've told me. And I know y'all have gotten more clients. And from what you've told me, I think that number is actually close to 100K by now. And so the idea being here that you can come, join our community, learn the code for free, get an amazing job, and get some amazing clients, right? I love it. It's one of the best things that ever happened to my life. I appreciate y'all. And just wanted to say, it's not too late. If you want to join and want to learn how to code, you can come join us, !100 devs in the channel. We are coming towards the end of our most recent cohort, but that doesn't mean you can't go through the videos on YouTube. That doesn't mean you can't join our Discord community. Doesn't mean that we can't put a plan together to get you through the material so you can continue to learn. So that's me shooting my shot. It's not too late. You want to learn how to code, you just found the best place to learn how to code online. Alrighty. Another huge thank you to Microsoft. Microsoft continually comes back to the table to support our community, and I'm just excited to bring to you tonight the tools that I think will really change the game when it comes to your portfolio. Where's Christos? Boom, there's Christos. Can't have a Microsoft stream without Christos. We can just leave him there this whole time, right? But just can we do a wall of emotes for Microsoft, please? Just continually coming back, supporting us, giving us swag, giving us the things we need to do to like build really cool projects. And so thank you. We appreciate you. And yeah, let's get into it. Alrighty. We're giving away a few things tonight. We're giving away right now. It looks like we're up to 1 laptop. We might be at 2 laptops by the end. We're giving away some swag. We have a few Azure credits left over from last time, so we're going to do that as well. And I'm giving out the LinkedIn recommendations as well. So we're going to do a lot of raffles this evening. Lots of fun stuff to get into. One other really important thing before we get into the rest of tonight, something interesting is very much just happened. It looks like the next RC cohort might be bumped a little bit, like a couple weeks to get started, which means Mega Month can continue. I've talked to a lot of you one-on-one. I had to reschedule some of them. I'm so sorry about that on Tuesday and Monday. So hopefully you grabbed a new slot if you got rescheduled. But Mega Month continues. And that means if you were on the verge of Mega Month, well, guess what? Mega Month is going to keep going. We're going to have 2 Mega Months, exactly indifferent. So if you missed out on the first run and you want to get on the next one, you will be able to, because I'm going to have an extra like solid month, like a whole month, without kind of any commitments to do other things, just on y'all. This past month, I've been meeting with a lot of y'all, trying to help y'all, but I've also had a lot of like other work to get done. I'm going to actually have like a real solid month, just y'all. And so I'm super excited for it. Mega Month is just a time where we get to work one-on-one more often. We get to look at stuff more often and just kind of give you the support that you need. So I'm really excited about it. And that means I have way more time to do my LinkedIn recommendations. So I know I owe a few of you them, but let's get some more tonight. My soul just came back into my body. Hey, I love to hear it. Rebrand Mega Summer. Oh, that's such a good idea. I think we might do that. We'll definitely do that. Mega Month is now Mega Summer. There we go. Alrighty. Folks, you didn't know it, but we got a problem. It's a big problem. It's a real big problem, chat. The problem is, I'm not a lawyer, as you all are well aware. Is it that I lost Uno? It's that I'm not a tax professional, as you all are well aware. And the other dirty little secret that I have not yet ever told you is that I am not a machine learning expert. I know. I'm sorry. I apologize. Should let you know, but it's true. I'm not. So you're just a security expert? No, I am not a cybersecurity expert. I have no idea what hot dogs look like. My dream shattered. But it gets worse because I'm not a machine learning expert, but look at these Google trends, folks. Look at these trends. From very little mentions to look how much machine learning is exploding right now. Machine learning, so hot right now. So we got machine learning trending. We know it's hot right now, but I am not an expert. Yet tonight's class is about using machine learning tools to build some amazing portfolio pieces, but I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert, but I still want my apps to have the ability to see, hear, speak, search, understand. Right? I want my apps to be able to do all of these things, but I'm not a machine learning expert. There's this very, very famous XKCD, possibly one of my favorite XKCDs, which kind of gives you a little hint about something, about this whole idea here. So this is one of my favorite XKCDs. It's 1425. I actually couldn't find the date that this was published, but this is one of my favorites. So this is somebody asking a developer, all right, when a user takes a photo, the app should check whether they're in a national park. Super easy. I don't know if you know this, but when you take photos, often you're like recording like your geolocation with that photo. It's how a lot of people get got, and we don't get got here. We go get, right? So easy. We can easily look up the geolocation in the XF data, right? And then the next thing I want you to do is to check whether or not there is a photo, if the photo is a bird. So like, I want you to tell me where the photo is taken, super easy. But I also want you to tell me if there is a bird in that photo. And their response is, I'll need a research team and 5 years. So in computer science, it can be hard to explain the difference between the easy and the virtually impossible. This is an XKCD from not that long ago. They were just trying to find a bird inside of a photo, and this was impossible not too long ago. So even though I'm not an expert, let me blow your mind for a second. Ready for your mind to be blown? Got some code here that I'm going to run. All right. So I got some code running here. I'm going to go to my local host here. And I'm going to upload a photo. I'm going to choose a photo from my desktop. All right. Got a lovely rack of hot dogs here. I'm going to upload them. Boom. It is letting me know that that photo is indeed a hot dog. There's a hot dog in that photo. Let's try a different one. Got a lovely photo of my face here. Just so y'all can also see the glow up. It was in 2014. So that's what, 5 years ago, right? 6 years ago. I can't count. 7 years ago. All right, so I'm uploading a photo of my face. Not hot dog, folks. You heard it here first. Hold on, make it a little bit smaller here, am not a hot dog. What? So not hot dog. Who knew? Crushed it. Woo! Let's go. Not a hot dog. All right, let's try another one. I'm just blowing your mind here. I got a picture of a race car here. Not hot dog. Let's go. Let's go. Not a hot dog. It looks close. It could like it's like orange, cylindrical. We did it. Class done. Let's do another one. Hot dog 2. Cool. Let's upload it. Hot dog. Look, Ma, we did it. We did it. So we have an app. I hope that your mind is officially blown. We have an app that can determine whether or not our photo includes a hot dog. This is it. This is my peak. What is the word? Like my magnum opus. This is it right here. It's amazing. All right. Sheenan's like, but how? Leon, how is this possible? All right. We just said XKCD, very smart person, 6-7 years ago. Impossible to tell if there was something inside of the photo. All right. I just blew your mind showing you, right? Showing you that I can determine whether or not if there's something in a photo. So tonight, we make the impossible possible. Hold on. They said it can be hard to explain the difference between easy and virtually impossible. I just blew your mind. And tonight, we make the impossible possible. This is your 10-second warning here. Whenever you see that music and light warning, all right, that's your 10-second warning. You got 5 seconds now. Gonna be some music. Tonight we make the impossible possible with Azure Cognitive Services. Let's go. Let's go. I'm telling you, this app is super easy. If you know a basic amount of JS, a basic amount of Node, you can do it. We just had a break. I know you got the energy. So, tonight, you're going to be able to build apps that can see and understand, that take advantage of all the latest and greatest machine learning tools without having to be a machine learning expert. I sunk hundreds of hours in trying to build really simple things with machine learning. Like hundreds of hours. I have a beast of a computer that tears through doing my models and classifying and doing all of this wild stuff. You don't need any of it. You can start to build some really amazing portfolio pieces like hot dog, not hot dog, right? With just an understanding of how to use an API. Now, I said these are portfolio pieces. Of course, hot dog, not hot dog is funny. It's coming from the Silicon Valley show. If you haven't seen it in Discord, I posted the link to the actual episode, and they build an app called, I think it was called Seafood. And the whole thing was that it's supposed to be able to tell you what kind of food it was, but it only did one thing. It would tell you whether or not it was a hot dog, right? And that tech was pretty mind-blowing, right? But the problem was it could only detect hot dogs. It couldn't detect anything else. After tonight, you will be able to build an application that can detect pretty much any object. Any object. Doesn't have to be hot dog. It can be any object that you want, right? And so to me, that is huge, right? We're talking about like 7 years ago. It was next to impossible to identify stuff in objects, right? Then just a couple years ago, you had a whole episode of television where it was like mind blowing that they could target one thing inside of an object, inside of a photo. But now you can detect anything inside these photos. And the only bit of technology that you need to really know how to understand is how to use an API. So to me, this is huge. This is going to be a huge boon to your premium apps and to adding some extra bits to your portfolio. Any company that you apply to, you could build a simple app to detect the things that they care about. You're applying to a sneaker reselling company, right? Go, or some of the big ones, right? StockX. Well, guess what? You can build an app that determines whether or not a sneaker is inside of that image, right? Let's say you are applying to an agency that works with a lot of different brands. One of the apps we're going to build tonight is the ability to detect the brands inside of your photos, right? So these very simple tools, if you're just a little bit creative, are going to enable you to build a lot of really interesting applications, but applications that are going to be quick for you to spin up and to put into your portfolio as you are applying to different companies. Softa says, I'm applying to a mattress company. Hey, there's a lot of them right now, right? Like the purple one, the Casper one, right? So if you're applying to a mattress company, well, boom, now you can build an app that detects whether or not a mattress is inside the application. My app will detect whether or not Leon needs a haircut. Hey, that's a hard one. That's a hard one to figure out. Now, the other funny thing about the hot dog not hot dog app was that in the end, does anybody remember what the actual application for that application was? Like what they wound up using it for? Anybody remember or seen it? Bemi, you got blocked by the spam filter, but yes. It was used to detect adult content, right? It was used to detect adult content. And the all of you are getting, I'm so sorry. So many people are getting auto-modded for the words that they're sharing. But yes, it was used to detect adult content. Well, the really cool thing I'm about to show you in just a few minutes, the same API that enables me to detect objects is also going to enable you to detect whether or not there's adult content. So all of these things that were kind of like memes and like really pie in the sky ideas are like done and dusted and handled, right, by Azure's cognitive services, right? And so you're just going to see so many things that you could think of that just a couple years ago seemed like fantasy land, you can start building today. All right. This is how I feel when using the services. As someone that's tried to do it the hard way, it really does just make you feel like you have superpowers. I'm always chasing this feeling. There's like this feeling in engineering where you figure out a new tool and it just feels like the world opens up a little bit. And I'm as an engineer and as somebody that like my dream growing up was to have a laptop, and I remember getting like on the internet for the first time. I remember going to the library every day to get on the internet, right? Like that magic, there's something about like figuring out something in tech that opens up the world to you. And I remember that early on in my life. I remember most recently, like I showed y'all my 3D printer. I felt like that with my 3D printer. I felt like when I got my 3D printer, I could do anything. Like it just opened up this whole new world, right? And so the Azure Cognitive Services literally make me feel that way. I just feel like it's so simple, so easy to use, but I could really do some really nifty stuff with it without really having to dig into the science and stuff behind machine learning. So I'm building it up because I really do think it is that powerful and will really change the game when it comes to you being able to build like great portfolio pieces. You are all at the point where you have some good portfolio pieces. You have like 2 or 3 really good full stack apps, but we want to get the tic-tac-toe off of there. We want to get the hangman off of there. We want to get the simple calculators off there. We want to get something in there that looks a little bit cooler. You can have a little bit more fun with. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So there are some topics that we're going to get into that we're going to save for next class. But there are 2 things that I want to bring up. Machine learning and artificial intelligence, right? And so this is a really good infographic from Wikimedia Commons where they kind of break down a few, like these 2 big terms. And so the first term here is machine learning. And I'm just going to read this because I think it's just apt, right? A technique by which a computer can learn from data without using a complex set of different rules. This approach is mainly based on training a model from data sets. So the way that machine learning works, or the way we can teach a computer to recognize or to do, is by giving them a lot of data. So if I wanted them to determine a hot dog, I would give them thousands of photos that were labeled a hot dog, right? And so if you watch the Silicon Valley show, it ends with them telling the person that created the app, well, great, it detects a hot dog, but now you need to train it to detect every other kind of food. And their response is, there's no way that I could do that. I would need to collect thousands of images on every bit of food to train these models so that my code could figure out what type of object it is. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I do not want to be sitting around collecting thousands of photos on anything that I want to be able to detect, right? So if I want to build an app that, as Softa said, detects mattresses, I don't want to be finding thousands of mattresses photos, training a model to detect those mattresses, right? The clip is in our Discord too, by the way, right? And then if tomorrow I apply to a different company, I don't want to have to be training the model on something else because it just would take forever. As somebody that has done it, it takes forever, right? And so the beautiful thing is that this machine learning piece has already been handled by Microsoft. They've done all the training. They've given all these wonderful models. And you don't even have to understand anything I'm talking about other than to know it just works. Cool. Now, the other layer that they're going to put on top of here is artificial intelligence. And it's just, the again, sentence is pretty apt, mimicking the intelligence or behavioral patterns of humans or any living entity. So we can bring these AI-like services like this, we can bring this AI to our code, right? We can make our apps seem like they are seeing or hearing or understanding, when really what they're doing is using this really complicated machine learning that's already been done for us so that our apps can take advantage of those abilities, right? And Different says, Azure Cognitive Service feels like cheating. It does. It feels like cheating, and it feels like the Wild Wild West, like anything is possible. Cool. So 4 things, and then we are going to do a raffle and take our first break. So the beautiful thing when you're using the Azure Cognitive Services is that you get all of these pre-trained models that are built with kind of like all the latest research, right? So you yourself do not need to understand the research to stay on top of the research. There's no need to train the models or do any of that stuff, right? They've already handled it for you, which is mind-blowing, like takes a lot of effort out of it. You can use these services anywhere. So tonight we're just going to use APIs that like ping an API and we get a response back, but you can actually deploy this stuff into containers and put it anywhere. So if you don't want to be like pinging some faraway service, you can use it on the edge in containers, right? You can use it like close to home, like close to where your metal's running, which is pretty cool. So it's not just like these pingable, like far away things. You can also use them close to home as well. You do not need to know any machine learning. You do not need to know anything about machine learning, probably other than what I just talked about to get started. And the cool thing baked in is that they really kind of care about the ethical standard behind the things that we're doing. And so I think that's really important. AI has the ability to do some really wild things. And I like that Microsoft is staying on top of that aspect of it as well. So we get to use these services for free, and they do amazing stuff. And as with our last Microsoft service, the thing I'm going to ask you is to think bigger, because once you get this template going, you're off to the races. Whatever you can dream up, you're going to be able to do. And it really does blow my mind. Cool. All right, let's do a raffle. Can you give examples of what it can't do? We're going to bump into that. We're going to see some of that in a little bit. All right, so I would like to do a raffle. So we are going to set up this raffle real quick. So let me go ahead and turn it on over here. 1 second. It's not live yet, so you got to hold on. All right. Sorry, folks. All right, so the first one is going to be a regular Microsoft swag. So this Microsoft swag raffle is open to folks in the US, and then we will do a Learn with Leon swag open to anyone in the world. So please only enter this raffle if you are in the US. So turning it on, should be open right now. You can do !raffle, and yep, it's open. So if you're in the US, please do !raffle, and you can join this one. This is for Microsoft swag. And I believe these ones are cool. These ones, you're gonna actually be able to pick what you want to get. So I got like a nice like Microsoft like long sleeve, which was pretty cool. But yeah, you'll be able to pick what you want. So I'm gonna leave this open for another 30 seconds or so. Let's take a look how Twitter's doing here. All right, we're at 179 likes on the tweet as well. So we're close to another laptop raffle if we get to 200. All right, got 10 more seconds and I'm gonna close this one. And then we're gonna do another, we'll do one for anywhere in the world. All right, 3, 2, 1, closed. Let's go ahead and pick our winner. Deflux, congrats on the win. Deflux, make sure that you check your whispers here on Twitch. I will send you the code and the redemption information here on Twitch, so make sure you pay attention. All right, next one is for anywhere in the world. So if you're in the US, don't participate in this one. This is for folks that are not in the US. So anywhere that is not the US. And it is open now. So go ahead, !raffle. Anywhere that's not the US, please. I'm gonna leave this one open for 30 seconds. Then we'll do a LinkedIn recommendation raffle, and then we will take our first break. Remember, we're here to be healthy. We're here to take care of ourselves. When we come back, we're looking at the actual code. I'm telling you, just the first example I show you is wild. So I'm really excited for you to see it and all the things that you can get done with just a few lines of code. It's really mind blowing. And then we're going to build the the hot dog, not hot dog together. All right, let's keep this one open. I'll give you another 10 seconds or so. Anywhere that's not the US, please. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, close. Picking a winner here. Drums. Hey, congrats. Make sure that you whisper me, Drums. Make sure you whisper me your Discord name, your full Discord name, with your with the numbers. So whisper me your Discord name with the numbers, so I can send you the information. So I can get your actually just send me your address here on Twitch. Send me your address here on Twitch, and I'll get that out to you. We have like another big mailing that I'm gonna be doing recently. So if you have anything that's due to be mailed to you, I have like them all piled up, and we're gonna get those going out soon. Yeah, so just whisper me your address, and I'll get that out to you. All right, let's do one last one, and then we're gonna take our break here. All right, this is for everyone. This is for a LinkedIn recommendation, the most heartfelt, the most beautiful recommendation I've ever written. This is open to everyone. I'll be writing them hopefully next week, because that's where I have a lot of free time. All right, folks. Going to keep it open for another 10 or 20 seconds here. Alrighty. 10 more seconds. All right, going to close them. Winner is Surat. Hey, congrats. Send me a mod mail, please, Surat, and we'll get that coming your way. So just send me a mod mail, and we'll get that coming your way. All right, folks, we're going to go ahead and take a 5-minute break. So let's go ahead and take that break. We'll put 5 minutes on the clock here. Here we go. 5 minutes on the clock. Remember, we are coming back. We're going to start seeing this code in action. We're actually going to build the hot dog, not hot dog together. I'm going to show you how easy it is to start building something to detect anything that you want. These are amazing portfolio pieces. I'll see you all in 5 minutes. Please take a break. If you're new here, we like to take our breaks. We like to be healthy. Get up, stretch if you're able to. All right. Jersey Boss Babe. Hey, thank you with the 8 months. Had to step away for a while. Glad to be back. Hey, I'm glad you're back here, Jersey Boss Babe. Sorry I didn't see it until right now. Chime 007. Thank you for the Prime sub. Spending all that Bezos' bucks. I appreciate you. All right, folks. 4 minutes, 30 seconds. I am going to take a quick break as well. I'll be right back. Burb. Jerome's, it was not US, but we'll make it right in the end. Don't worry. My internship is kicking my ass. Hey, fire. Well, one, congrats on the internship. And how's it kicking your butt there? Do we need an Azure account to do the machine learning exercise? Yes, you will need an Azure account, but I'm going to show you how to create one for free. You did hear me right, Miriam. You did. Or Rich, I appreciate that. Does the cognitive thing cost money? Well, you get some free credit, so you can use it for free for when you're starting. Yeah. So with the account that we're going to create, you can use it for free. Best Halo single player campaign. I was not a Halo player, and I was saying, like I said recently in another stream, like Halo doesn't like click in my brain. Like the idea that your shields recharge. I'm just so used to CS:GO that like health regenerating is like a weird thing. I've been playing with some buddies recently, but yeah. Have you tried Escape from Tarkov? No, I've watched a lot of it, but I feel like it would cause me a lot of anxiety. It's just too much. Like I would just be maximized. Like I guess that's a good thing. Like that's why it's a good game, right? But I feel like the anxiety would trip me over. Robo, thank you for the hydration. Cheers to you. Memphis, some of them have already gone out. Yeah. Some of them have already gone out. There was like one that got held up in customs, but a lot of the first batch have gone out. It gets my heart rate super high. Yeah, that's I don't know. I think it'd be fun. I definitely would play it with like I'll try it out. I think it'd be fun. Hey, Miss Turner, good to see you too. About 30 seconds left, folks. What would be a good way to bring up our $100 project or premium apps to a potential recruiter? I'm pretty blunt with them. Like, hey, like I realized that y'all sell mattresses. I just wanted to highlight something real quick before I jump off the call. Here's an app that I made that actually identifies whether or not there is a mattress in the photo, and then also determines what brand of mattress it is, because it also detects brand. So I'm thinking that if you all are uploading or starting to sell new mattresses, this could be a really great tool to collect all the images in your database and make sure that it's the right image and the right brand. So I'm pretty blunt with them, Zabby. I just bring it up if I want it to be brought up. All right, folks, come on back. Or to check customer reviews. Exactly. There's so many different things that you could use, like that you could figure out how to use this for. It's just so powerful. All right, folks, come on back. Glad you're back. Hope you had a good break. I'm gonna minimize this here real quick. And since we're back, let's get another raffle going here. Let's get another raffle. I'm gonna do another swag raffle here. So let's do a custom swag raffle. This one is for folks in the US, please. Folks in the US. We'll do the first laptop raffle probably after we do the hot dog app. Let's go ahead and do another swag raffle here. Did that open on your end? Oh, I have an active giveaway. Sorry, I got to complete the last one. There we go. All right. Opening it up now. Great. So the US swag should be open. That is our second of the evening. Go ahead, get in here. If you're in the US, this one's open to you all in the US. Come on, get in. Exclamation point raffle in chat, please. Alrighty. All right, 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, it's closed. We're gonna go ahead and pick a winner. Tendo17. Hey, congrats. Go ahead and pay attention to your whispers here on Twitch. I will be sending the code that you need through a whisper here on Twitch. So give me a little bit after stream and we'll get it over your way. All right, let me do one for anybody that's not in the US. Not in the US. Give me 1 second to open it up here. Boom. All right, it's open. If you're not in the US, go ahead. Anyone not in the US, completely open to you. These do take a little while to get to you. I send them as cheap as I can send them. So it takes a little while, but they'll get there eventually, I promise. Alrighty. Give you another 10 seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Closing. Nice. Gonna go ahead and pick a winner. I'm sorry, Microsoft. Just cut this part out. Exotic Male Escort is our winner. Congrats, Exotic Male Escort. So happy that you won on our sponsored stream. I love the only thing they said is Team Canada. I got. That's what just happened. I got. Congrats, Exotic Male Escort, on your swag. Coming your way. Alrighty, folks. Let's get into it. Before we kind of get started, and like I said, tonight I want you to kind of just play along and let's explore together. To really build out the things that you're going to build out tonight, you're going to need 2 things. And so don't worry about scrambling right now. I'm going to give you some time tonight. Like you're going to like create these accounts tonight, and we're going to come back for another class on Thursday. And that Thursday class will be where we'll be spending more time really digging into like the niche bits of the service. That'll be really cool. So to do all this, you're going to need 2 accounts. You're going to need an Azure account. And so if you go through the Microsoft 365 developer program, you can actually get free access to an Azure account. You're going to need that to use the services that we are using. Okay. So on Thursday, we'll spend more time digging through the nitty gritty, and I'll show you how to set up everything on Thursday. But for now, just know you're going to need this account. Hooded, hey, thank you for the Prime sub. Thank you for being here. So you're going to need an Azure account, and you're going to need Cloudinary. So the Azure account that you're going to create through the 365 developer program, you can get all this done for free. The other thing you could do is if you have a student email, you can also do that route as well. But either will get you free access to an Azure account, and through the 365 program, you don't even need a credit card. And I know for some folks, they had some trouble creating an account before because they needed a credit card. If you do the 365 developer program, you don't even need a credit card, which is pretty cool. The other account we're going to need is Cloudinary. Cloudinary is media storage. And the really cool thing about it is that it is completely free to use. You don't need to put in a credit card as well. We're going to use this to host our images. So all the apps that we're using tonight, we are submitting the image, and Microsoft is spitting back some information to us. And so to have a hosted image, instead of having a local image like that's just on our machine, we're going to be using Cloudinary. So the example code that I will be showing you tonight is going to already have all this stuff set up for you. The only thing you have to do is plug in your Cloudinary keys. And so if you have any trouble doing that between classes, on Thursday, we're going to work through it all together. So I'm going to walk through setting up the Azure keys, and I'm going to set up walk through setting up the Cloudinary keys. I want tonight just to be the cool, like, let me show you what we can build. We're going to build it together, but you can take the time to get those keys and build it out your own. In between, if you get stuck on Thursday, we'll walk through it step by step. Cool. So those are the 2 services you'll need to do everything that you see tonight. Both are free. You don't need a credit card. Cool. So we'll save creating the accounts. We just did our second raffle. And let's look at our brand app. I want to look at this brand app first. We saw the hot dog app. So I'm going to open up another one. Let me chill this server here. And I'm going to open up one other app that I have going. And this app is just detecting brands. So let me go ahead and open that up for you. And so this is another neat one. And what I'm going to do is do npm start here. Oh, this is the wrong one. I just probably didn't change it. All right. Going to go to my localhost 2121. And I'm going to choose a file here. And the file I'm going to choose is this photo that we saw earlier that we definitely know is not a hot dog. So let's go ahead and open up this race car photo. Copy and paste from my premium app. Exactly. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm so excited you said that. That's exactly what I want. All right. This is exactly what I want. I want you to be able to copy and paste this and knock the socks off of any recruiter you're talking to. Deflux? Hey, I appreciate it. All right. So let's upload this NASCAR car. All right. And what you'll notice here, hold on, maybe this is a little bit bigger. This is huge. How? If your mind is not blown, I don't know what else I can do to blow your mind. But look at this. It was able to determine that Caterpillar ink was in this photo. Look at that. It says like Caterpillar on the side over there, maybe. And cat, like the big logo on the hood. All right. Not as high of a confidence, but it got it. Like, what? How? Right? And so it's all of these models that have been pre-trained by Microsoft. So you can just upload a photo and it figures it out. Blows my mind. Hold on, let's look at another one. I grabbed a bunch of just like random ones. Like this one's a little bit like, I say this one's a little bit easier, but it's like, what? So this one, since you can see that it's like a clear, like this logo's pretty clear, right? Like it's definitely like the logo's nice and neat. It's not like slapped on the side of the car. So you did see the confidence go up like really high. But once again, magic. How? From this photo, knows to grab that and knows that it's a... I wish I had 0.91 confidence cat. Come on. Like pulls it out. That blows my mind. Here's the example one that they give from the documentation, which I also just think is a balling one as well. And so Microsoft 88% confidence from a t-shirt. From a t-shirt. Boom, there you go. Microsoft 0.88. From a blurry t-shirt image. What? Blurry t-shirt image. So what I want you to do is I want you to start letting your brain run amok, right? Think about all the things that you could do with this service that is able to pull off logos or brands from fuzzy t-shirt photos, the side of a NASCAR car, right? Like, what? This blows my mind. All right. And so the idea here is that like whatever you want it to build for your premium apps or for your portfolio pieces, I'm about to show you it's real easy. So we have all this code that I just showed here. But what I want to do is I want to show you this base repo. This base repo is the repo that you're going to start with to do everything that we're going to talk about for the rest of the night and for whatever else that you want to build. I've combined three different services that Microsoft offers into one repo so that you don't have to think about it. You can just plug your stuff in and start using all these really cool services. So let me go ahead. If you want to, you can open up that base repo if you want, but I'm going to open that myself. And the brand one I just showed you is basically using my base repo here and deleting stuff. So if you can click delete, folks, if you can click delete, you can build the apps that we're talking about right now. Cool. Let me paste the link in chat. I see some folks asking for it in chat. Sorry, I don't know why this is not clickable. I gotta open it up here. I'll put it in chat for us. There you go. It's in chat if you want it. 1.0 confidence I can delete. All right. So we have this base repo that you can download if you want to take a look at it. I am going to minimize the hot dog app and the brand app for right now because we're not using them. And I'm just going to run this real quick. npm start, and don't worry, we're gonna take all this apart. I just want to show this to you real quick. All right, so we have the app running. Let me go catch it. And I'm sorry. All right, so here's the app. This isn't going to do anything. This should probably just break because what we want to see is actually in the console. So I'm just going to choose any random file here. All right, cool. It's doing its thing. What we're caring about here is inside of our tags, inside of our terminal here. So what we're using here is the base computer vision toolset from Azure Cognitive Services. So they have so much off-the-shelf things that you can just use. And what I've done is I've put them all into, well, all the main computer vision ones that they give examples for into one repo that also has the ability to upload images. So if you use this starter template, you can use all this stuff from the Azure Cognitive Services SDK, like their starter kit for everything, but also the Face API as well. I've combined them into this repository. So if you want to do anything with Cognitive Services, or you want to do anything with face detection, you can just use this one repo and change out the things that you want to change. And so let me show you everything that this just did. So there is a photo in here. So this is all like boilerplate from Microsoft, right? So there was a photo in here that had a bunch of people in it. And based on those photos, it made guesses as to their sex, and it made guesses to their age. What? As soon as I saw this, my mind blew, and I just started uploading photos of my face. And I kept getting 36. So I'm a little offended, but it's pretty close, right? So it just blew my mind, right? And then the other cool thing is from just the boilerplate that they give us, right? Just for the boilerplate that they give us, it was able to detect whether or not there was a freaking dog in the photo. Whether or not there was a dog in the photo, and then where the dog was in the photo. And then there's something even cooler where it's trying to guess, not only is this thing a dog, but what freaking kind of dog it is. It's literally trying to guess. Is it a companion dog? Is it a small Greek domestic dog? A golden retriever? A Labrador retriever? Like, it's trying hard to figure out what kind of dog it is. So going back to that earlier idea of if we had to do all of this training on our own, imagine how it would take a team the size of Microsoft a couple years to do all. Like, this is mind-blowing stuff. Like, I don't know what, like when you watch a YouTube video and they're like, I don't know what else I could do to make you like and subscribe. I don't know what else I could show you to blow your mind other than like, what? This is next level stuff. And it's just an API call. I'm going to show you in just a second. It's just an API call. What? I was talking to Kat, part of Mega Month, and we were talking about kind of one of their projects, and it can tell whether, like, what kind of image it is. It can tell, like, whether it's like clip art, high art, like it can figure it out. What? Can figure out the categories that are in the image. It can find the brands that are in the images. It can find the color schemes of the image. What? Like, it can tell you what type of colors are in there. So if you're trying to build like a color palette or something like that, boom, you can pull it out. It can create thumbnails from the content. It can pull out landmarks. So you could technically build an app where somebody could upload their vacation photos, and you could figure out whether or not, right? Whether or not it's where they're at. Just from the photo, figure out where they're at. This is wild. And then the last thing that I promised you all, you can tell whether or not the stuff that's in the image is adult content. So if you get to 1 million channel points, you all know you get access to my OnlyFans. And so I'm going to build something that tells me whether or not the photos should be shared on Discord or if they should be shared on my OnlyFans. And I can do that with the code we're about to walk through. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. All right. So the reason why I wanted to show that to you is all of this stuff just comes from the boilerplate that they've given us, right? Just from the boilerplate that they've given us. And if the boilerplate's this good, imagine if you put a couple hours into building something really neat. So I want to show you the boilerplate that they've given us and the boilerplate that I've created for you. Then we're going to delete and build our first application. So the first application we're going to wind up building is the brand app. But we're going to go ahead and walk through this code first. Okay. So if you go to our GitHub on 100 devs, you're going to see all these on here. But the big one here is the template that we're starting off with is this Microsoft CV template. And down here in the README file, shout out to Memphis for being the person that actually set this up. This README has everything that you're going to need. The big thing that is missing from my code that I did not push to GitHub is a config folder that has an environment file in it, a .env file. You're going to need to create a config folder and then put a .env file into that folder. And what you're going to need to do is then plug in all of this information, right, that's in the README. And so those keys are the keys you're going to need to find. And like I said, we're going to come back for the next class and I'll show you how to find all the keys and stuff like that in case you're having trouble finding them. But there's a couple that you're going to need. So I'm just going to read through them real quick and make this bigger. You're going to need a port. So like the port where our server is going to be running. All right. You're going to need the cloud name from Cloudinary. your API key from Cloudinary, and then your secret from Cloudinary. So you're going to need those 3 keys to be able to, when we upload a photo, to host that photo on Cloudinary so that we get a URL that Microsoft can use. There are some things in Microsoft's starter code that can use local images, but it becomes odd, especially if you want to eventually host these. So I've kind of just ignored all of the local stuff and just said, we're going to host all of our images on Cloudinary. So you're going to need all of those keys. Then you're going to need 2 sets of information from Microsoft. Azure's cognitive service is massive. There are so many things that you can do. We're using 2 very specific pieces of their cognitive services in their like AI umbrella. We're using the computer vision resources and the face detection resources. And so they actually require 2 different sets of keys. And so you're gonna have to go into your Azure account, provision a new resource, and grab those keys. Like I said, come back next class if you're having trouble figuring these out. But we've actually done this before together when we were building out our full stack code with Microsoft Identity. So it should be very similar to the process that we've done before. But if you're having trouble, come back on Thursday. All right. And then, as people are saying, make sure that that config folder or that .env file goes inside your git ignore. You don't want these going up to the interwebs. As soon as that key hits GitHub, somebody's going to take it and start running a bunch of machine learning stuff with your keys. So please, 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 please make sure that you put all of your secrets in an env file, and then you put that inside of your git ignore. So if you look at my git ignore, you see I have 2 things in here. I have my node modules folder, so I'm not pushing up this huge folder with all my modules, and my env, so I'm not sharing any of my secrets with y'all. Cool. So that's the big piece. That's the big thing. That's the only thing that's like missing from all this code. Once you plug in those things, you're good. Everything will just work. Okay. All right. So if you've been here for a while and you've built full stack web applications with us, all of this is going to be quick review. If you're new and you only know a little bit of JavaScript, a little bit of Node, that's okay. You can just use this stuff. And you're only going to make changes in one spot. Everything I'm about to show you, you're only going to make changes in one spot. That's why this starter code is so powerful. It's just so powerful. You make changes in one spot, you can build whatever you want. Okay, so let's just break through everything real quick, just as a review for folks that may be new. And so we're setting up our application. You're gonna see some structure here. I have my package.json, which is gonna have all of my dependencies. And so whenever you pull this code down from GitHub, the first thing you have to do that's in the README is npm install. And what you do, once you type in npm install inside your terminal, you're going to install all of these dependencies. And the first one is the ability to use the cognitive services from Azure. And they also like to use this async repository as well, just to help with some asynchronous stuff. The next thing you're going to need is Cloudinary so that we can actually host our images. .env, what that's going to do is enable us to use our environment variables so we're not pushing our secrets up to GitHub. EJS, which is our templating language. If you're not familiar with templates, instead of just writing raw HTML, we're going to be able to plug stuff into our HTML. That's how I'm getting like the photos showing up and it's saying hot dog or not hot dog. I'm passing that through to my template. Express, which we're going to use to help set up our node application and to help us with building out our routes. And then Molter, what it is used for is to upload files. That's all we're using Molter for. Molter is our package that is going to enable us to have a form that has a file upload. Molter will handle the file upload and then pass that file off to Cloudinary. So those are kind of the big pieces here. Part of the app, we have an app.js where all the magic is happening, and then a views folder for the actual pages that our users will see. As he said, do you like EJS the best out of the templating languages? I like it as a beginner templating language because if you know HTML and a few key things, you can build out whatever you want. I think there are some other templating languages that are like faster, or once you get the hang of them, like Pug, to kind of keep going with. But as a starter templating language, I like EJS. Peace, Scott. All right. So we talked through all those pieces. Up here, we're just setting up our application. We're setting up our application to use Express, which is going to make our routes down below a little bit easier. We're setting up Multer to handle our file upload. And this is just going to help us to upload our images. It's not something you have to understand. Just know that it's doing its job to help you upload an image from our form. Next are all of the packages that Microsoft asks us to use. And there's two sets of these. What I have done is combined all the things they asked for to use the computer vision packages and everything that you need to use the facial detection things as well. All of this is in their docs, and it is in the base like SDK. You can find all the stuff that I'm sharing is directly in their docs. After class, I'm gonna give you the link to the docs. And if you click through that link, you will see everything that you need to see. It's all there. The thing with the docs, though, is that it's not set up to be able to upload images. So if you want to be able to upload images, you're going to need kind of this code to do it. So I figured I'd just make it way easier for you by already having all the image uploading code. But all of this is straight from their docs. It's all the packages that we need to be able to take an image and hand it off to the cognitive services in their whole AI suite. So kind of all the packages we're going to need to do that. Setting up our environments file so that we can actually grab all the secrets out of that file. And then here is everything that you're going to need for Cloudinary, meaning that all the stuff that Cloudinary needs so that we can actually upload the image to Cloudinary and get the URL back. So we're going to have an image that's local on our machine. We're going to upload that to Cloudinary, and then Cloudinary is going to spit back out a URL for us that we can then hand off to Microsoft. And Microsoft will use that hosted URL to do all their fancy machine learning tasks on. And then the last bit here is once we have Cloudinary set up, I'm just setting up some other stuff that Microsoft needs for us to do, to have the keys for the computer vision stuff and for the facial detection stuff. I've combined them. Technically, if you're only doing facial detection, you can get rid of the computer vision stuff. And if you're only doing computer vision stuff, you can get rid of the facial detection. I just think it's easier to have one repo with all that in there instead of splitting it up. You can just ignore it if you're not using it. It doesn't really matter. Cool. So all of this is just boilerplate from the docs with some extra stuff so that we can upload images. And then down here, it's just a very, very simple node server setup. We're telling our server to use EJS as our templating language. That's going to make it easier for us to create pages that the users actually see. We're creating a public folder so we can host our things like our style sheets or client-side JavaScript if we want to later on. And then we're just setting up some very basic routes. I didn't do anything advanced or fancy here. This is supposed to be for your premium apps, so it's to be quick and easy to get things set up. You can see our initial GET request, which is when somebody just goes to localhost 2121, as we always like to do. They'll see our first view, which is our index.ejs. And the only thing that's in that view is an H1 and the form where they can actually upload the image. So very quickly, whenever they come to our application, there will be a form that they're presented with. And then if they submit that form, this post request fires. And look at all the stuff I have in there. All of this is the boilerplate that came from Microsoft. So it's just all cram-packed in there. You can just delete it if you want. Like delete the things that you don't want, and it's all just there. The very last thing that we have is the listen. So I'm telling it to listen on our port 2121 or 8000 if you forgot to set your port for some reason. Memphis, I kept everything that Microsoft put in their docs just in case you use this somewhere else. I don't want people to have to like think about what was or wasn't there. Yeah. All right, so let's get into this post request, and it looks like it's mind-boggling, but I promise you it's just a lot from the docs, and we're just going to delete the stuff we don't care about. All right, so if we look inside of here, we have our post request that is set up to grab the file that was uploaded. That's all that's saying. All that is saying is, hey, we're going to be uploading a file, and we're going to grab that file. Then the beautiful thing is, since we're inside of our asynchronous function here, we can await the upload of that file to Cloudinary. And what Cloudinary is going to do is it's going to upload. And once we're done uploading that file to Cloudinary, the actual result of that upload will be stored in our result variable. So now anywhere that we use the result variable, it has all the stuff that Cloudinary has given us. And the really important thing that we care about is the actual image URL. So what we're going to notice is that whenever we upload that image to Cloudinary, we're going to get this really nice, neat way of grabbing the hosted photo, meaning that that photo gets uploaded to Cloudinary and they give us a unique URL for that photo that we can then use anywhere else in our program. Now, all of this here was the stuff that came straight from the docs, and all the stuff is here. And what I did is I went through and I said, you know what? I want the brand. I want the code that enables me to detect brands, right, from their docs. And if you look, here it is. Boom. Here's how you do it. All this stuff doesn't matter if it makes sense or not, but this code right here is all you need to detect brands. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy that and then delete everything else. And so if you just took this template, deleted everything except for this bit of code, you'd be in a really good spot. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to say, all right, analyze URL image. It looks good. I think I have everything copied that I need. I'm just going to go ahead and copy it. And then I'm just going to come in here and delete everything else. Come all the way to the top here. All right. Boop. Come all the way down. And there you go. I've deleted everything that's inside of this post. All right, you can see everything that's inside this post. Everything was deleted. What I am left with is the uploading to Cloudinary. And the only thing I'm left with is the res.render. So basically, the response to this request, all right, the response to this request is to call the results EJS. All I'm going to do is, like, once this request is done, I'm going to hand everything off to the results EJS. And my results EJS, I'm going to have to, like, customize if I want it to, like, work, right? I'm going to have to customize it. But for right now, it should be good. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to finish by posting in the stuff that we copied. That's it. All right, we're in here. All right, I'm just going to save it real quick. And what you're going to notice is they have this brand URL image here. And this is like the default. This is their, like, hey, use our example here. Let's chuck that out. We don't need their image because we have our own. So I'm just going to chuck this out. All right, chuck that out because we already have our image right here. The image we got back from Cloudinary is in the brand URL image. We can see that it is using brand URL image. This is where we actually send the request to Microsoft, the computer vision, right? Pass that through. And then if we actually find a brand, this is where it does all the console logging of the brands that it found. We don't need this console log, so I'm just going to yeet that. And the last thing I'm going to do is we notice that it returns brands, right? I didn't do this. Let me get rid of this find. I didn't do this. This is just what Microsoft chose. It said, all right, when it comes back from the computer vision, store it in this variable called brands. So when it comes back from Microsoft, it's just putting it in brands. And then they have a console log here to show you all the brands that were in that photo. that's great. I'm going to keep the console log there. It's going to show up in my terminal down here. But what I really want to do is pass those brands into my EJS. And so that's all we're going to do. Down here, I am telling it to render my results EJS, and I am passing in brands, like the thing I got back from Microsoft, and I'm also passing through my image. So anywhere I look inside of my EJS and I see brands, it's the brands I got back from Microsoft, and anywhere I see image, it's the image that I got back from Cloudinary. So I'm just passing those into my EJS. And that's kind of it for right now. So let me go ahead and just save this. Let's see if it's working or not. All right, seems like the app is up. 2121. Let's choose a file. One we already know works. We know that this cat one miraculously works. And I'm going to upload it real quick. All right, so we can see that the file got uploaded. It's showing up. Let's look in our console here. All right, in our terminal, we can see that it grabbed Caterpillar Inc., but we want that to show up in the DOM, right? Right now it's working just by using the code right from the boilerplate, right? It's working, but we haven't passed that. Like we haven't, like it hasn't showed up in our DOM. I think we're passing it, right? We're passing brands. And brands is what we got back from Microsoft. The last thing we have to fix is our what, chat? What's the last thing we have to fix? Oh, Dimble already got it. Yeah, the last thing we have to fix is our EJS. So let's go to our results EJS. And we don't have the brand in here yet. So let's just go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and make sure that we are passing in our brands. So let's just go ahead and I'm just going to hard code one real quick. So I'm just going to hard code a H1. And the EJS syntax is pretty straightforward. All we have to do is do the left caret %, equals, and then brands is what we passed it through as. And I'm going to do brands I dot. Well, let's just do brand 0 dot name. I know that the brands have a name, like a name property. And the reason I know it has a name property is because if we like peek at the console log they gave us, there's brand.name and then brand.confidence. And so I know that that works. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hard code this one like brand 0.name and see if this works real quick. All right, let me restart my server here. And let me come back. Let me refresh. Oop. Did not close it. Oh, yeah, I didn't close my brands here. Oops, sorry about that. There we go. Let's save it. Restart the server. Boom. All right, let's upload that same file. All right, boom. There we go. Second try. So now you can see the Caterpillar ink is showing up. And we can see the photo that we uploaded. So I know it seems like it can be a little wild, but all I did was delete some stuff. It's all there for you. And so if you wanted to build different apps, the only thing that you have to do is delete other stuff. Like what? Like what? It's so wild. So let's finish this up. Let's make this a little bit neater. Let's make this a little bit cleaner. How does it know? Well, they've trained their machine learning algorithms for so long and for so many different things that we just get the benefit of it without having to do any work. We know that there's also this brand.confidence thing. Just because I'm looking at their console log here, I'm just going to take this string. I'm just going to take this right here. I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to come to our EJS. And I'm just going to plug this into the H1. Now, EJS doesn't like the template literals that we have here, so we do have to get rid of those. And technically, we could also put this in like a for loop, and it would show us all the brands, right? Like if there was multiple brands in here, it would actually show all of them. So we know right now we're hard coding it. Let's not hard code it. Like if we just put like the square bracket 0 here again, we could hard code it. But let's not hard code it. Let's put it inside of a for loop so that we can get all the brands that are here. So I'm just going to put a UL here. And then inside this UL, I'm going to put a for loop. And if you're starting like a piece of like just JavaScript inside your EJS, you need this special EJS syntax here, these percent signs. When it's a variable, you need the equal sign, but when you're just putting like bits of like JavaScript code, you don't need the equal sign. That's the only thing you have to know about EJS. Is if it's just a piece of regular JavaScript, it goes inside these carets percent signs. And if it's like a variable that you're plugging in, like up here, you need the equal sign. So let's just go ahead and do let I equal 0. And we'll say while I is less than brands.length, because remember, we're passing all the brands in here. And for each one, we'll just go up by I. So all I'm doing here is like, let's say there's multiple brands in the photo. This is going to work for all of them. And then in here, I'm just going to take this. And we won't put an H1, we'll put an LI, but I'm just going to do that here. So this will be an LI, and this will be an LI. And then we just have to plug in the EJS for specific variables. Yeah, this should work. And this will be brands. This will be brands I, right? Because that'll be, yeah. Since we're looping through the brands, as we loop, I will keep going up. So we'll just hard code this as brands I. I'm going to do the same thing over here. And this should be 2 fixed. And even though this is a new variable, we need this other EJS syntax again. And we'll jump to the end here to close it out. And that should work. I think this will work. We might run into some. This is, I think we might see. I'm glad to see him for this bit of fancy methods. Hey, let's go. Does for each work in this case? Yes, for each would work, and also like using the new like for in syntax would work here too. Any JavaScript works inside of EJS, which is pretty cool. I'm just doing something that you all probably have seen before. We could have done like brands in brands or something like that. All right, let's save this. I don't have node mod running. Maybe I should. Let's start the server. Let's see if we get any errors. All right, let's upload a photo. Let's upload the forward one that we know works. Cool. We got it working. Forward with 91% 0.91 confidence. And yeah, so this works. So right now, if you've followed along, or if you just go to the GitHub for 100 devs, you now have the ability to pull brands out of a photo and build a very, very simple portfolio piece. What? Get out of here. And I know, like, if you haven't seen this code, it can be a little confusing, but really it's just this post. And then the only thing you're changing for every single thing we're about to do tonight, the only thing you're changing is what goes inside of here. That's it. Whether you want to detect a brand, you want to detect an object, you want to detect a face, it's just what's going on in here. So that blows my mind. So what I want to do is, we already have the ability to detect brands. We could delete all this and also detect objects. So that's what we're going to do. Where are we at? Let's look at time-wise. All right, let's do a raffle. We're going to do a raffle. We're going to take a break. And when we come back from break, we're going to look at detecting objects. We're going to do the hot dog, not hot dog. And then the last thing I'm going to show you is the facial detection. And I'm going to show you how to know where you are at in a technical interview by taking a screenshot of your interviewer. Let me show you real quick. Let me show you that real quick. I haven't showed you this one yet. So just so you can be in some anticipation for when we come back. Let me show you this. Let me kill this server here real quick. Chill this server, I mean. And I have this lovely set of code called "How is the interview going?" Let me pull this up over here. You ready to have your socks knocked off yet again? Prepare yourself for your mind to be blown one more time before we take a break. I'm going to go ahead and do my npm start. Great. I'm going to go back to my 21. And I'm going to upload a photo. Here's how Leon's doing right now. There we go. So that's one of the photos I keep using because I think it's hilarious. Let's upload it. So you got the photo, and then happiness won. Happiness won. But it could also tell me if there is anger, contempt, disgust, fear, if they were neutral, sadness, or surprise. So if you're in the middle of your technical interview and you're trying to figure out how it's going, this is how you do it, folks. Right here. Let's go to Twitch real quick. Let's go ahead and open up my actual Twitch. I don't know, like I've never done this before, like while we're live. All right, here we go. Go into myself. Do I get ads? Let's see if I get an ad. Here we go. Y'all can see who I follow. I'm not ashamed. Look at it. Oh, you can't see it yet. I'm on Big Leon. It's supposed to be funny, but y'all didn't see it. Hold on, let me pull it back. All right. There we go. It's all hot tub girls, the whole stream. Every single one I follow is just hot tub girls. That's all it is. Not ashamed. All right, here we go. What's going on? Oh, Snezzlefraz. It's going to do that. Hold on. I got to go back to me, and I got to do this quick. Hold on. I didn't realize I had to do this quick. Oh, this is so weird. All right. All right, I can do this. I'm going to look real angry, though. And then I'm gonna go to stream real quick. All right, ready? I gotta do it off screen. All right, I did it. All right, so I got my mean photo. Let's go ahead and upload my mean photo. I don't know if this will work because it's really funny. All right, there we go. This photo. Let's see what we get. Hold on, let's see what we got. We got anger. 0.6. They knew. They knew I was faking the anger. Contempt, a little bit, a smidge of contempt. Not a lot, a smidge. Definitely a little bit of disgust. But they do, there's no fear, no happiness, no sadness, no surprise. So a little bit of anger and a smidge of contempt. Throw in a sprinkle of disgust. So while you're in your technical interview, if you want to know how it's going, you just take a screenshot of their face and use the app that we're going to build when we come back. So when we come back, we're going to have Raffles. We're giving away at least one laptop tonight. I'm going to show you how to detect whether or not there's a hot dog in your image. And I'm also going to show you how to do amazingly well in your technical interviews by knowing how it is going. So let's take a break. BB Tone, Pokemon card. Oh, we got to do the redemption for those. We're behind a few. I owe somebody 2 of them. So we'll do that. We don't do that on this stream because I can't show the Pokemon stuff. But next Tuesday, we'll do all the Pokemon redemption ones. Thank you for redeeming that. All right. So come back from break. We're going to show you how to detect whether or not there's a hot dog or any object that you want. Figure out how your technical interviews are going. We're going to do more raffles, laptops, all this fun stuff. So let's go ahead and put 5 minutes up on the clock. Take our break. You deserve it. I hope you're having some fun. We'll do 2 raffles when we come back. Back to back. Boom. Alrighty, folks. Please take a break if you're able. If you're able to get up, please do so. If you're able to let your eyes relax, look out far away, please take care of yourself. How y'all doing tonight? Got 4 minutes, 30 seconds left on break. Has this blown your mind? I know not all of you are here because of the break, but honestly, has it this blew my mind. This to me was the wildest thing. And hopefully when we look at the next 2 apps, you'll see that I'm really just changing 1 block of code to build all this really cool stuff. And so for me, this is gates open. You can build whatever the heck you want with this stuff. 3 isn't my blown. You have yes. All right, good. Glad to hear it. Coding gal, this is amazing. All right, cool. We need this. I agree. I think this is perfect portfolio fodder. It doesn't get better portfolio fodder than this. Yeah. It's wild how low the barrier to entry for machine learning stuff it is. It's so wild. It just blows my mind. Do you have the link to the base code? Yes. I'll give you the link here. Just go to the 100 Devs GitHub. It's all on there as well, but I'll put it here in chat. Cool. Alrighty. There you go. That's the base one. And all the other ones that we built are also on the 100 Devs GitHub as well. So the hot dog, not hot dog is on there. The figure out how you're doing during your technical interviews on there. And the detecting brands is on there already. So you can literally, if you don't want to start with the base, you just want to jump right into detecting brands already on GitHub for you, which I think is pretty cool. Brainstorming project ideas? I hope so. Like no cap, this weekend I'm building with this stuff. I'm just excited. It's just so cool. Bobby, let's save that for next week. So can we access vast categories of relevant images? So they don't, I don't actually know this for 100%, but I'm pretty sure they probably don't give you the training data, but you get to use the results of that training data. So you yourself don't have to go out and find thousands of fire hydrant photos and then run a model to figure out if other photos have a fire hydrant in it. One of the first computer vision I'm gonna say machine learning, I'm gonna say computer vision projects I built was there was this game called Set, and I built a really crappy version of detecting whether or not there was a win condition of the cards, and that took forever, right? Because I was trying to detect numbers. So with this stuff, detection just becomes so much easier. Does face detection work with cartoons? I'm not sure. Probably. We can try it out when we come back. Slay, in the 4th week as a software engineer, things are going great. Came by to say thanks again and hang out. Hey, Slay, congrats. Thank you for stopping by. That's so cool. That's what I dream about. Like no cap, like very serious. Like folks getting a job and then still coming back to hang out and help others. Let's go. All right, folks, got about 30 seconds left. If you can, take a quick break, get a quick stretch. All right, folks, come on back. Come on back. Hope you had a good break. We're gonna do 2 raffles when we come back. All right. Pull that over here. All right. Welcome back, folks. We got 2 raffles. All right, let's do a raffle. Let me set it up over here for you. So this is for anyone in the U.S. This is a U.S. only one, and then we'll do anywhere in the world. So U.S. only first. 1 second to open it up. And we're going to do 2 of these. We're going to do two U.S. and then 2 regular, anywhere in the world. All right, so exclamation point raffle in chat, folks. If you want to enter, it is open, U.S. only for this one, and then we'll do anywhere in the world after it. Get your raffles in, folks. Let's go. We had a lot of new followers today. Welcome, everybody. Max, the Richard, Jab, Alchemist, Centauri, FB, Riley, Datalore, Slan, MBK, Wakey, Crotix, Lucas, Machine, Obi, Drac, Hotkeys, Irv, The Nova, Jack. Welcome, everybody. A lot of other folks, too. All right. Gonna keep this open for another 10 seconds or so for this one. All right. 5. And I'm gonna go ahead and close it up. All right, it is closed. Let me go ahead and pick this winner. Bill Gates. I can't make this shit up. First, we had exotic male escort win, and now Bill Gates has won the Microsoft raffle. Allison, I apologize. Allison's my rep at Microsoft. All right, Bill Gates, congrats on your Microsoft raffle.
Bruh.
Bruh. All right, let's do it. Let's do another. This is for folks in the U.S. We're going to do back-to-back U.S. and we'll do back-to-back anywhere in the world. So this is another U.S. raffle. All right. This is another U.S. only. Then we'll do 2 anywhere in the world. All right, it's open, exclamation point raffle to get in. gonna keep this open for 20 more seconds. This has been a wild night, y'all. Alrighty, 5 more seconds. And let's go ahead and close the entries here. We're gonna pick a winner. Brian Tooth, hey, congrats. Congrats on the win. Let me go ahead and complete this one, and we're gonna do 2 anywhere in the world. So if you're in the US, please don't do this one. This is for folks not in the US. We're gonna do 2 of them back to back. Exclamation point raffle, it is open. Get in here, folks. Shout out to Microsoft for making all this possible. Get in here, get in here. Swag is like, it's like you can pick from like t-shirts and cups and stuff like that. They have a bunch of stuff that you can get. If you all went to Christos's stream, they actually showed live like all the things that you can get. So that's pretty cool. All right, I'm gonna close this one up and pick a winner. MOB, hey, let's go. Congrats. And we're gonna do one more for anyone in the world, not US, not US. Let me go ahead and click that. And we're gonna do one more here for anyone outside the US. And it's open, exclamation point raffle if you want to be in the one for outside the US. MOB, congrats. All right, I'll keep this one open for like another 20 seconds or so. All right, 10 more seconds. All right, going to close it. I'm going to go ahead and pick a winner. Miss Turner, let's go. With the return, too. Return, see, look, you come back, you get prizes, folks. That's all you got to do. You come back, you get prizes. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to the... Oh, let's do one LinkedIn recommendation raffle, and then we'll move on to showing the next 2 bits of code. One more LinkedIn. All right, it's open. It's open to anyone. Exclamation point raffle. The most heartfelt recommendation that I can physically write. Miss Turner, congrats on the dub. Let's go. For the folks that win the prizes tonight, I'm just gonna whisper you here on Twitch. That's the easiest and the most like secure way I can reach out to y'all so that people don't play games. So just expect a whisper here on Twitch. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and close it on up, and I'm gonna pick a winner. Just Ruby. All right, Just Ruby, congrats on the win. Once again, like I said, I'll whisper everyone after stream. So if you won, congrats. Just Ruby, congrats. All right. I showed 2 more mind-blowing applications. One that can tell you how well your technical interview is going, and another that can determine whether or not it's a hot dog. So let's try and do to figure out whether or not our stuff is a hot dog. And then we will look at the way of telling the way of telling how you're doing during your technical interview. All right, so we did the brand app, we did our raffle. Now let's talk about the hot dog app. So the hot dog app is going to be almost exactly the same stuff, except if you looked in that massive list in the original, the MSCV original repo, if you looked in that, there was a way to do object detection. We saw it in the first time we ran it. And so for this app, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull out the stuff that came from the docs for brands, right? Yeet. The stuff for brands is gone. I'm going to show the music here. And then I'm just going to plug in from the docs the stuff that does brand detection. So, sorry, that does object detection. So what you're going to notice is that it's almost exactly the same type of thing, right? With the brands, we saw that it was awaiting something from the computer vision client that had to do with brands. This is just the code for objects. And it's going to be able to detect any object, really. Well, like a lot of different kinds of objects, right? And the beautiful thing is that if you are using this to detect objects, you can make whatever type of thing you want. Like I chose to do hot dog, not hot dog, but you could have done, building, not building. It could be anything, which is hilarious if you watch the Silicon Valley clip, because they thought this is going to take them forever to build, and we can build it in like 2 seconds if you're using this starter code. So we already have the Cloudinary upload. That looks good. I copied in the object detection from the documentation, and I'm going to change a few things in here. First, you can see that they are calling it object URL, right? They're calling it object URL. And so for us, we're going to have to change it from object URL to we're going to change our brand URL here to object URL. So I was going to change this from brand URL because that's what the other thing was asking for. So I'm just going to call this object URL. And that's all I'm doing. I'm just saying, hey, whatever URL I get back from Cloudinary, like my image, right? Whatever image I get back, it's just going to be called object URL. So I'm just changing it to match their boilerplate here. Can we trick CAPTCHA? So we saw in the first example, not only did it detect the object, we're going to see it in this one too. Not only does it detect the object, but it detects where the object is in the photo. This all comes back from Microsoft. Not only does it detect the object, but where in the photo the object is. So you're getting that information back already. So Sheena, if you wanted to, it's there. Not saying to do it, but it's already there. All right. Cool. So that's all I did. I just took from the original docs that I shared with you. I just replaced our brand recognition code with object recognition code. And you're just going to notice that they call it object URL. So we have to name our URL object URL. Everything else kind of stays the same. And inside of here, actually I already did, this is coming from my, my code. So inside of here, like inside this code that they give you, they have this loop of objects through objects. So this is just their loop for console logging every object, right? They already have, it's already there. It's just a loop for counting every object. What I did is I said inside that loop, all I did was say, hey, if the object you get is equal to a hot dog, make our hot dog count go up by 1. Right? So if this loop is going to loop through every object, all I'm going to do is see if any of those objects are a hot dog. And if any of those objects are a hot dog, I'm going to update my hot dog count by 1. Right? And so that means I do need I need a hot dog count. So I'm just going to go up here and I'm going to set a nice variable here called hot dog dog count, and I'm going to start it at 0. All right. I'm going to start my hot dog count at 0. I'm just using the standard object detection boilerplate from the code I already gave you. And the only thing I've changed inside here is I said, all right, hey, as you're looping through those objects, if any of them are a hot dog, make my hot dog count go up by 1. And then down here, like at the bottom, instead of passing in brands, because we're not doing brand detection anymore, I'm going to pass in count. And I'm going to say count is equal to hot dog count. And our image is no longer brand URL image. It is now object URL. So I'm going to grab object URL, come back down here, object URL. Boom. All right, cool. The neat thing now is I'm going to pass to my EJS my hot dog count, and I'm going to pass to my EJS the image that we uploaded to Cloudinary. So chat, can you think of what I'm going to do inside my EJS to make this work, to determine whether or not there was a hot dog or not a hot dog? Anybody take a guess what I'm going to do inside my EJS? I'm passing through my hot dog count. So if it found any hot dogs in the image I uploaded, it updated the count by 1. Yeah, I was going to have like an if statement. I can even do like a ternary, right? I'm just going to have an if statement. And I was going to say, if the hot dog count, exactly, blah. If the hot dog count is greater than 0, it's a hot dog. And if it's not greater than 0, not a hot dog. Oh, boy. So that's being passed through. The hot dog count's being passed through. Our image is being passed through. Let's save this and let's go to our results EJS. And so inside the results EJS, we are going to change it from this like this for loop. I'm just going to get rid of this for loop here. And I'm going to put a conditional in here. And I'm just going to have a conditional. And I'm going to say if count is greater than 0, we'll go ahead inside of here and say h1 hot dog. And else we'll do h1 not hot dog. This is hilarious. Not hot dog. All right. Now, the other thing, too, is I want to, I guess we can just have the image up there. I think that's fine. Oh, I want an alt tag, though. I want an alt tag. So instead of having the image up here, I'm going to put the image inside of the conditional. And the reason why I'm going to put the image inside of the conditional is because I can make this alt actually a hot dog. So this is also accessible now. Oh, this is good. Not hot dog. There you go. And yeah, that looks good because we're pulling the image from that we passed into the EJS. We're saying if the hot dog count is greater than 0, it's a hot dog. Else it's not a hot dog. And we need our EJS syntax. Cool. So each of these like JavaScript lines need to be wrapped in this syntax here. Cool. Same thing for the one down here. If you're new and you have no idea what we're doing with EJS, we have a whole class on building our views with our backend apps. You can definitely take a peek at. But yeah, it's really just this idea that your individual pieces of code need to be wrapped in this caret parenthesis, and then any variable is caret parenthesis equals, and then you close it. So this looks good. Let's run it and see if our hot dog object detection works. Oh, I already have a server running somewhere else. The original one is still running. Oh, this is how the interview is going. One was running. Sorry. Cool. So I got that in use, which means that the port was already in there. Ooh, we said we reached 200 retweets. That's awesome. So two laptops tonight. That's awesome. All right. So we started our server. Let's upload a hot dog. It's actually 4 hot dogs. Let's upload it. Hot dog. Yes. Yes. Let's look in the terminal here. The really cool thing is, look at this. Not only did it find 1 hot dog, it found all 4 hot dogs. It found all 4 hot dogs, and it tells you exactly where each hot dog is. What? Let's just make sure it works. Let's pass in not a hot dog. I don't know. This new face of mine was pretty hot dog-y. That's kind of close. It's a little bit more cylindrical. Throw in hamburgers. Image is too large. Maybe Cloudinary is having problems with it. Let's see. Hold on. Let me do a different one. Oop, gotta start my server. Let's do this one. Whew. I can tell my mom I'm not a hot dog. Huh. Relief. Not a hot dog. Not a hot dog. So this works, folks. Hot dog, not hot dog. Let's go. Let's actually see what this returned object does. Yo, they clowning me. Look at this. It said, I am glasses before I am a person. Let that sink in. I am more glasses than I am person. They're definitely confident that I am glasses, but only 0.56 that I am a person. Kate. Kate's like, yeah, 4 eyes. Let's try a different object. That's definitely, I want to see what happens if we do the car. That's like a really weird image. I don't know if it'll be able to classify it or not. Yeah, no, I had trouble with that one. Let's actually make this a glasses detector. We can I'm real mad that you're all saying 4 eyes. Let's go ahead and make this a 4 eyes detector. So let's go ahead and no, this is so mean. Let's go ahead and, so it was glasses that came up. Let's do glasses. So copy. So real quick, we can change this, right? We went from a hot dog detector to glasses, and we can just call this, I mean, we can keep the same variable if we wanted to, but let's just make it glasses count. So now I have glasses count. Cool. Where is our, here we go. Let's just change this real quick from hot dog count to glasses count. Cool. And let's change this from hot dog count to glasses count. Cool. And then inside of our results, we'll say, I'm going to be nice. Has glasses. Cool person. No. No glasses. Cool. So we have no glasses. Has glasses, no glasses. And we can change this to wearing Glasses. No glasses. All right. There we go. So we can determine if it has glasses or no glasses based on the count that's being passed in. Let's go ahead and restart our server. And try it again. All right, let's choose the glasses photo. Let's upload it. Has glasses, nice. Let's do hot dog photo number 2. No glasses. First try. You can build whatever you want. Is it like, come on. Think about your premium apps that you could build right now. You're applying to a mattress company. Boom. You're applying to Warby Parker. You can now determine whether or not the photos that are being submitted to Warby Parker have glasses or not. Think about your premium app. Imagine you're in an interview with Warby Parker and live, you're able to pull up an app, take a screenshot of your interviewer, and determine whether or not they're wearing glasses live. What? I just want, like, tonight, I want you all to dream, right? That's the homework tonight. Like, dream up the amazing things you're about to add to your portfolio because this just works. What? You may be able to skip the interview at that point. Exactly. Like, there are so many scenarios where this just is a flex and a half. Wow. So I would, is there something like really dumb we can do? I agree with puts glasses on a hot dog. Let's see. Do any of these, would these work? I don't know if any of these have like pronounced enough glasses. This one's weird. I don't think we can use it. Let's try. Cool. Took a screenshot of that one. Let's see. I don't know if Cloudinary likes the screenshots. They said they're too big for some reason. Maybe because I'm on a free account. Let's see. No glasses. So it threw it off. I think the weird hot dog person doesn't work. Oh, Microsoft, you got to get it together. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, you got. Oh, the max raw file size is 10 megabytes for the free tier. Thank you, Flex. But is it a hot dog? Let's see. What did it say? No objects found. Good. Thank you. I'm glad that they don't have a large repository of hot dogs with glasses. Could you imagine if they had trained their models on hot dogs wearing glasses? It was somebody's job to write the script that found all of the hot dog glasses photos. All right, cool. All right, let's do one more. One more is the we're gonna try and figure out the how the interview is going code. And so once again, I'm just gonna come into my app.js. I am going to remove the stuff that we pulled in from the docs. But the neat thing here is that I have combined not only, thank you, Clark, not only have I combined the computer vision stuff in here, but Microsoft also has a separate API for their facial detection. And if you're using my starter code, it's all here. So you don't have to set up a whole different repository. You don't have to set up a whole different set of code. You can use either major library and it'll just work. So the brand recognition and the object detection were all of the original cognitive services that fell underneath computer vision, but they have another cognitive service that falls under face detection. And so that's what we're going to use now. And so the beautiful thing is they just have this lovely Axios call here, Axios call that we're going to use. I was going to paste it in. And so this is coming straight from their facial recognition docs. And like I said, if you go to Discord after class, I'm going to have not only of my repositories, but all of the kind of document, like all the documentation. So you can see all the things that you have at your disposal. When I say we're just scratching the surface, I really do mean we're just at the very tippy top of the surface of things that you could be doing. All right, let's go ahead and take a look here. So once again, this is coming from their facial recognition docs. The big thing that we just have here is that we're going to be able to use our uploaded image to be able to use it. So they're calling the URL face endpoint. So we're just going to change this to face endpoint. Cool. There we go. So now we have our oh, sorry, not face endpoint. They're using, where is it at? Sorry, it's called image URLs down here. There we go. Image URL. So we're going to change ours to image URL. Once again, this is just, I looked at the documentation, and in the documentation, I saw that they had this lovely Axios call that I can make to the facial recognition API that they have. And the cool thing is, look at all this stuff that it's going to return. This is all the stuff that I can get just from a picture of my face. And so we know that we're grabbing our URL from Cloudinary, the one that we upload. Face endpoint is like the endpoint that when you set up your facial recognition, you can get your key. They also need you to set up an endpoint. Be very careful. I kept running into error after error because I thought I set up my endpoint to be like West Coast, but it was East Coast, and I lost a lot of time on that. So just be careful. The location of the endpoint is really important. If you set, so when you pick the server closest to you, make sure that it's the right one. And that's up top when you set up your accounts. But yeah, so we have the image URL that we're passing in, and you'll notice if this works. Instead of having my render out here where I had it for the other one, I'm just going to put inside of the actual promise return here. I'm going to do my render. All right. So instead of typing out, I have it here for us so we can just look. So I pasted in the thing from the documentation, and I just added my res.render. So when I get a successful response back from the facial recognition API, I will pass that information to my result EJS like we've been using. But there are two things that I'm passing through. I'm passing, once again, the image, just so we have the image showing up. But there's something really neat that we get back. We can see that all the data we get back is put into response. And then I'm just going to grab the first bit of data from that response. And so I'm going to upload an image. We don't really care about what goes to the EJS yet. I just want to show you all the stuff that we're getting back from this actually working. So let me go ahead and save this. Once again, I'll just plug something in. This code is ready to rock and roll. You just plug in the bits that you want from the documentation, and you can do amazing stuff. So let me go ahead and clear this out. Let me run my server again, and let's go back here and refresh. Let's go ahead and choose a file. I'm going to choose my face here. Let's upload it. All right, that works because we know we didn't change our EJS or anything like that, but let's make sure that it worked here in the terminal. All right. Look at this, folks. Look at this. All right. It was able to get like where my face was in the image. That's really cool. It was able to determine that I was smiling. it could figure out the pitch, roll, and yaw of my face, like how my face was like tilted or not tilted. It was able to guess my sex. It was able to guess close to my age, not exactly my age, but close. It was really confident that I had a mustache, but not so confident that I had a beard. That's interesting. Definitely knew I had a mustache. Glasses, no glasses. Interesting. So I was able to determine whether or not I had glasses. And then the emotion. This is the bit that we care about. So if we're trying to figure out how our interviews are going, we can, based on the emotion, figure out how it's going. Yeah, I think because of my shirt too, Kobe. And then there's some like other stuff in here. It can determine whether I got folks. It figured it out. Uh-oh. Eye makeup true. They got me. I was wearing eye makeup that day. Hey, sorry. No, sorry, not sorry. It takes a lot to get up, come on camera, and feel good about yourself. So, not bald, and I guess I'm not invisible. Oh, hair not invisible. I was like, oh no, Microsoft just, they're invisible people and Microsoft knows whether or not they're invisible. We just figured out the matrix though. It's whether or not your hair is visible or not. All right. I always thought this was like a really advanced API. And then there's an array of hair color. That's cool. Ooh, so hair color being an array, maybe if people have like multiple hair colors. That's wild. That's really neat. So all that stuff comes when you submit a photo of a face. And so the only thing we really care about if we're trying to figure out how our interview is going is this emotion stuff. And so that's what I'm passing through. So it is response.data, face attributes, emotion. That's what I want to pass to my EJS. Face attributes, emotion. That's what I have here. Like everything's inside of response. I'm grabbing the first response because I believe if you have multiple faces, like if you have multiple faces in the photo, it'll grab each one. And so this is going to be just the first face. So this won't grab all of them. It's just going to grab the first one. And so since it's just for your interviewer, we're just going to grab the first one and call it a day. So we're going to grab the first response. We're going to look at the face attributes and the emotion, and we're going to pass that through as data. So inside of our EJS, we're going to have access to data, which is all the emotion stuff. And we're going to have access to the image, which is the image that we're hosting on Cloudinary. And so let's go to our EJS. And we're just going to fix what we have in here. And I am going to go ahead and get rid of this count stuff here. We don't need count anymore. We're not using that. Actually, that reminds me, since we're not using count, we can get rid of up here our glasses count. We don't need that anymore. I just remembered that's up there. All right, let's go ahead and we're in here. And so let's just create a UL that's going to be a place for all of that emotion data. And actually, you know what? I still want the image. I'm just going to copy this real quick because I do want the image. All right, let's delete that. I'm going to put my image in here. I was going to say, like, this is a face into viewers face. There we go. Our interviewer's face. And then down here, we're just going to have like a UL that we're going to put all of our emotional data in. So we're going to have an LI. And then in that LI, we're going to have anger. And then inside of anger, we're going to have all the stuff related to our anger data. So let's go ahead and do equals data.anger. Remember, we're passing data into this EJS file. And then we got to close it. And I think that'll be good. And let's look down here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 different ones. So let's just copy and paste this 7 more times. My hair is an array of colors. I would love to see if it works. If you just take this code and run it, I would be really curious if like you get multiple colors. That'd be cool. But what if there's more than one interviewer? Well, then you can modify this. Just don't hard code it like I did here. You could just pass all of the response data. Like instead of just hard coding it to the first one, you could pass all the data, and then inside your results.ejs, just do a loop. So you could just do a loop, kind of like we did with the brands. It's exactly the brands code. And then you just do a loop in here. It's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then this is going to be contempt. I love that it gives contempt. And then this one's going to be disgust. I hope your interviews don't go this way, folks. This is going to be fear. I'm going to put fear here as well. Beautiful. Happiness. Cool. Data.happiness. Beautiful. Neutral. It's where a lot of you might exist during your interviews. You know what? Nah, you're all going to be full of happiness and a little bit of contempt at your amazing skills. That's how all your interviews are going to go. You didn't go to college for 4 years to learn this stuff, and you're busting out these coding interviews like this. A little bit of contempt's going to show up. And last one here, surprise. Happiness equals $1.50 hot dog soda combo at Costco. Cool. All right. Disgust equals not hot dog. I'm showing up my juggalo maker so it can detect my emotions. Alrighty, let's go ahead and save this. Oh, BJ, you missed the hot dog, not hot dog. All right, let's save this. Let's see if this works now to figure out how we're doing during our interviews. Let's go here. Let's refresh. Let's upload a photo. This is our happy photo. All right, there we go. We got some happiness going on here. Happiness of 1. Let me go ahead and do my other photo. This stuff is hilarious. There we go. All right, so you can see I got some anger going here, a little bit of contempt, and a whole bunch of disgust. So hopefully none of your interviews go this way with the anger, contempt, and disgust. They're all full of happiness. But now you can do it. Now you can do it. All right, folks. Like I said, and hopefully you've seen tonight, I've given you a starting repo. With this starting repo and just a few free API keys, you can build some amazing projects for your portfolio. We got 3 of them right here. And for your premium apps. I am hoping that you take this code and you run with it and you build some amazing things, right, that will help you stand out when you go through the interview process. So what we are going to do is we are going to end with some raffles. We are going to end with our 2 laptop raffles. And then we're coming back Thursday to see another app in more detail. If you're having trouble with the keys, we'll walk through the keys. And I'm gonna have one more like surprise app for you. Your homework for tonight, though, is to try and get all of this running. Try and log in, get your keys, try and get the app going, and to dream big and make something fun happen. I really want you to be able to use this code cut and paste really quickly to build premium apps, cut and paste really quickly to build some really fun future stuff, right? This is, like I said, this is the very tip of the iceberg. And I'm going to share the docs and things like that so you can see even more of the powerful stuff this app can do. We're going to come back for day 2 where we're going to go a little bit deeper into all this stuff, talk a little bit more about some of the more advanced features that we can do, and we're going to do even more raffles then. So we're going to end with 2 laptop raffles. I think we're at the second one. Let me double check. Oh, yeah. That's it. We hit it. All right, folks. We got 2 coming up. So, did you have some fun? Was it cool? Like, did I blow your mind a little bit? Was it cool? Yeah? If I blew your mind and you're here, please go ahead and click follow. We're a good group of folks here. Every Tuesday and Thursday we have class. Traditionally on Sundays we have office hours. You can come get your questions answered. So if I blew your mind, go ahead and give a follow. And let's go ahead and just give another big thank you to Microsoft. Thank you for making all this possible. Thank you for being able to build out some really nice portfolio pieces very quickly, helping us build out some premium apps for when we're interviewing very, very quickly, and for sponsoring this whole stream. All right, let's go ahead and... Bobby Lynn, what? Hold on. Wait a minute. You weren't following this whole time? This whole time? I feel like I've been lied to. All right, here's your grace period. If you are subbed but not following, go ahead and click follow. Right, I'll close my eyes. If you're subbed but not following, go ahead and follow. That's okay. I won't see it. All right. Indifferent Ghost, what? Hey, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. And thank you to everybody else that subbed today. Today was a wild day. All right, let's go ahead and get these raffles going. Let me turn it on here. We're raffling off 2 beautiful. Let me pull it back up. 2 beautiful Surface Laptop Go's here. Look at that beautiful laptop. Hold on, it's not open yet. Boom, gotta turn it on here. All right. Giveaway is open. This is open to anyone in the world. I will ship it. Green got it last time. Sent it to their nephew that needed a new computer for school. Raffle is open. This is for a new Surface Laptop Go, folks. Whew. Winter, hey, thank you for the 100 bits. I appreciate you. Indifferent, once again, thank you for all the support. It's good. Appreciate you. So many follows tonight too, folks. Thank you, everybody. Got some new ones over here. Richard, Manix, We Make Pies, Old Newbie, 808, 8080, Twitch, Faisal, Weed, BJ, Heartstuck, Medice, Vidlov, Bobby Lynn, and Izzy. Thank you all for the follows. Gonna keep this one open for another 10 seconds here. It's just ! raffle if you want to enter the raffle here. Chini, hey, thank you for the follow. All right, ! raffle if you want in here, folks. Gonna close this one in 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8. All right, closing it on up. This is for a brand new Surface Laptop Go. I mean, look at this, folks. Look at this. Our lightest Surface laptop, 13 hours of battery life. Woo-wee. All right, here we go. First one. Remember, we're doing 2 of these, folks. Slay. Let's go. Congrats, Slay. I will be sending you a whisper, and so make sure you pay attention to your whispers here on Twitch. Congrats, Slay. You came back to hang out, and you walked away with a laptop, folks. Let's go. Congrats. All right. going to complete this one. Let's go ahead and do another one. This is going to be opening it up. One second here. All right, the second laptop is open. Let's go ahead. Go ahead and get your exclamation point Raffles in here, folks. I'm going to leave this one open for a minute or so. Get in. And then we'll do a raid, get some channel points for the raid. And then we'll be back next week, folks. Well, next Thursday, folks. For part 2, we're going to build some even more amazing stuff. Wait until you see what I got for Thursday. Excuse me. All right, 30 more seconds left, folks, here. 30 seconds to get in. Alrighty. I think we got most folks in here. It's going to give her, I see some folks typing it in still. It's going to give it 5 more seconds. Here's a big one. All right. Going to go ahead and close this one right now. And we have it closed. I'm going to pick a winner. 3, 2, 1. Boom, Kingston. Hey, congrats on your new laptop. Well done. Congrats. All right, folks. Same time next Thursday, 6:30 p.m. We're coming back with even more Microsoft sponsored content. We're going to be doing more laptop raffles. That's right. More laptop raffles. More swag. So come back Thursday. I got some other cool apps for you that are going to add portfolio pieces. If you make it through this and next class, your portfolio is stocked. You're ready to go. All right. So let's go ahead and do a raid. We're seeing who's here. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and just send folks to where we know they should go. Let's do the raid here. I'm going to Rav. I always like to go to Rav. So let's go ahead, hang over there. I'll see you all on Thursday. Hope you had a lot of fun. Hope you enjoyed all of this wonderful projects, all of these portfolio busters, helping you get through your technical interviews. Shout out. Oh, the secret raffle. I'm so sorry. I forgot about the secret raffle. So before we do our raid, hold on, we got to do the secret raffle. So the secret raffle is if you opened up the newsletter, as you should always. In the newsletter was the super secret link to get into the raffle. So this next one is for folks that submitted the secret raffle before class started. So if you've entered the secret raffle, I'm closing it. You can't get into it now as I'm bringing it up. This is just for folks that have already entered it in. I see where we're at. If you come in after that, you automatically get a ban from here on Twitch and in Discord. So do not enter this raffle unless you have already filled out that form that was inside of the email. I'm going to say up until I mentioned it right now is fair game. So let's go ahead and open up the last raffle. I'm just going to call this a... What? Sorry. So... Ooh, sorry, that was for a different one, Sheenan. Sorry. Let's go ahead. I'm going to open up the swag raffle here. Yeah, that second one. Sorry, that was weird. I don't know why I tried to do a second laptop raffle, but We're going to do a swag raffle here. This is for only if you entered in the into the super secret newsletter raffle. So it's open. You can do exclamation point raffle right now. If you do exclamation point raffle and you didn't enter it in through the newsletter, if you didn't follow the link in the newsletter, you're in a bad spot. So go ahead, if you filled that out, go ahead and get in this raffle real quick. I'll leave it open for a little bit more. And so this will be for, if you're in the US, it'll be a Microsoft swag. And if you're outside of the US, it'll be, and if you're outside of the US, it'll be a Learn with Leon swag for you. So it's open to everyone. If you win this, whisper me please here on Twitch that you're US or not US, so I know. All right. 10 more seconds here. Sheenan, I got you for sure. All right, closing it. And the winner is Cole. Hey, there you go. Awesome. All right. Everyone that won, you'll get whispers from me here on Twitch. So you don't have to do anything. I'll whisper you here on Twitch. So just keep an eye on your whispers. Those will go out tonight and like early tomorrow. I just got to get the codes and everything. So you'll see a whisper from me by like early tomorrow morning. Congrats to everyone that won. I'm so excited for y'all. We're coming back on Thursday. More laptops, more swag, more code that's going to pump up your portfolio. Hope you had a lot of fun. Let's go ahead and do a lovely, lovely raid. We're going back to the folks that help us. So I'll see you all over there. Thank you for an amazing night. Hope you all had some fun. Hope I blew your mind a little bit. And I'll see you over there, folks. Thanks, Microsoft.